Hey everyone, head trainer Joe here. I'm a certified personal trainer at Viterbo University, and we've got some digital group fitness classes that we want to start pushing out here for the weeks to come. So today we have 15 exercises for 30 seconds each, sort of an interval training set. We're just going to go through them rapid fire pace, and you guys can do it as many rounds as you want. So like the slide says, we have 15 exercises for 30 seconds each. You can use the transition periods as your rest, or you can pause the video if you need to rest a little bit longer. Next up, we have burpees, everybody's favorite. I'll be showing just standard burpees. Marcy will have some modifications. Either way, we're doing burpees for 30 seconds here. Next up, we have push-ups. Push-ups are a classic at-home exercise, no equipment needed. There are some modifications that Marcy will show after I'm done doing the regular push-ups. Something I want you guys to focus on is keeping a straight neck, straight back, and straight legs. The only thing that should really be moving is obviously your arms. Keep those elbows tight and that core tight as well. Next up is just a standard plank. There are some modifications that Marcy will show, but I have just a standard plank here. Same principle as push-ups. Keep that neck straight, back straight, core tight. This isn't a still frame. I'm holding this. This is a video. You know, it should be very calm, cool, and collective. And we're holding for 30 seconds. Mountain climbers are coming up next, so similar to a plank position, but this time we're driving our knees up to our chest. These don't have to be done rapid fire. They can be done as quickly as you see fit. Either way, let's crank them out for 30 seconds. Switching over to some core exercises, we got double leg swing, so both legs going up and down at the same time for 30 seconds. Uh, if you bring it down a little bit slower, it's really going to accentuate those lower abs and really burn. And I know we're only going for 30 seconds, so it's tough to slow down, but feel free to do as many reps as you want on your own. And it's just a kind of a tip for this particular exercise. Next up is Russian twist, a great core exercise. Keep those heels off the ground, lower back off the mat, and we got side to side for 30 seconds. If you have something with some weight to it, feel free to grab it. Otherwise, you're just going side to side for 30 seconds. Last but not least of the core circuit is the bicycle crunch, a classic in our group fitness classes. One of my personal favorites. Really drive those knees into those elbows, keep those shoulders off the ground, and once again, you can go as fast or as slow as you see fit. We're cranking them out for 30 seconds. Back up on our feet, we got lunges. I'm showing alternating lunges and how we do them a lot in our group fitness classes, and you see them a lot. Marcy is doing a modified version where someone just stays in this position and does 10 on one side and 10 on the other side. Whichever one works for you is perfectly fine. Just note that neither of our knees really ever touch the ground, and we are firm and balanced in our position. Tuck jumps is a kind of an explosive exercise. It's not squat jumps. Marcy is showing a modification where you don't actually leave the ground, but you're still tucking. And then I am showing the full-fledged tuck jump. Really bring those knees up. It's about explosion and quickness for 30 seconds. Switch it up a little bit. We got arm circles. Great shoulder exercise if you don't have any shoulder weights, or maybe even you have tough shoulders to work with. Just working some small circles, big circles. Me and Marcy are doing a bunch of different variations. Switch up the direction, switch up the tempo even. You can really get creative with the arm circles, but either way, we got these for 30 seconds. From tuck jumps to squat jumps, these are still explosive, but we're not getting as high off the ground. We're squatting down and then just pop up 30 seconds straight. Marcy is showing that you can just do a perfectly fine body squat if that is what you need. Either way, 30 seconds. Another great non-weighted exercise is high knees. Just crank out those knees. Marcy has her hands up, indicating that she wants to get her knees up to that spot every single time, because maybe at the end of these 30 seconds you start to fade off a little bit. So hold yourself accountable, keep those hands there, and get those knees up the whole time. Spider jumps are a fan favorite. Little bit of a tricky exercise, and that's why we have modifications for it. It starts out with a lunge, another lunge on the opposite side, and then a squat. And if that is how you feel comfortable doing it, so be it. We'll do that for 30 seconds. Or if you feel that you can only get a couple in 30 seconds, then do 10 total reps. If you feel comfortable in that, then you can do quick lunge to squat. Very little pause in between, if any, and do that for 30 seconds, whichever you see fit. Nice. Exercise 15 of 15 is jumping jacks. Just finish off with a nice light 30 seconds of jumping jacks. This was round one. If you feel like going through again, feel free.
All right, thank you for joining us. That was one round of interval training. Feel free to go back, play it again to do a second or even a third round. We highly recommend, though, that regardless of what you do, that you take a few minutes to do some simple movement stretches to let your heart rate come back down and so that you can cool down appropriately. But thank you for joining us for this quick workout. We'll be sharing more with you soon. Thanks again.